When you have like a drummer, you have a pianist, you have a guitarist, as a producer, you got to pay all of them. There's this guy who comes in, he's like a producer or a DJ,
Yeah.
and they're going to use preset samples of all the instruments and they're going to make you a beat. Who are you going to go with?
I'm more into pop music. If you noticed as well, last few months, country music have been on the rise. They've been claiming the top 10 billboards.
I remember the first song that came up, and I was like, oh, what's going on? And then there was a song playing Yay 3X by Chris Brown, and he was just like, yeah, and he was just like doing the dance and flips. I was like, this is good, I like this. And Juice WRLD's music wasn't as popular, but as soon as he passed away, and you know who was getting the profit? Not Juice WRLD and his mom, it was the record label company.
A lot of these record labels have been outed, have been exposed for having predatory business practices where they lock in these artists for like years. Welcome everyone to this new episode of U3. We're bringing it to you live from Adelaide. Obviously you have me with you today, Khaled, Raja.
Hello.
Jack is back with us.
Hey yo, I'm here.
And Sanjeev.
Yeah, it's your boy Sanjeev as always.
So Sanjeev, I've heard that you're going to the Weeknd concert coming up. Is this true?
Yes, sir. I'm going to Melbourne on next month. I'm just planning it out with my friend, and we're gonna have a blast. That's what it is. Like Weeknd, bro, you can't go wrong. And he already had one of them postponed already.
Really?
So what happened was last time he set up the thing and then he postponed that. He's canceled it. Everyone had to like cancel the tickets, the flight, and refund and all that kerfuffle going on. But he's back again. But it's along the same weekend of Travis Scott. So
Okay.
Travis Scott is there on that week, and then he's on the weekend. So I don't know how he's
the
doing.
weekend.
On a weekend.
I mean, that's like on theme. Just make sure you take an oxygen filter or something, because Melbourne air is like filthy.
Yeah. Honestly, I did feel that whenever I used to go to Melbourne. It's just like the weather is a bit nah.
Nah.
The people are a bit nicer too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a lot more diverse. A little bit clap too, but that's the difference.
Talking about the Weeknd, his music catalog, I've actually been listening to him for ages now. I've been listening to Abel. That's his real name, by the way.
Abel.
From back in the day. Weird hair Abel. Remember when he had his hair?
Oh damn.
That's when I was listening to him from. And he's a tremendous artist.
He is able to
But
sing.
I
Honestly think he's one of the few artists of this generation that I can actually bear. When I listen to the modern music of today, I'm like, what am I actually listening to be honest? Like, obviously back in the day you had your stinkers, but then
But you're talking about like mainstream, like your commercial
I'm
radio,
talking
like
about-
radio
yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm gonna suggest dive a little deeper. Go look for some obscure shit, because I hate listening to radio music. It's not me, but I find some fucking crazy stuff out there that's just wild.
That's what I've noticed as well. I mean, honestly, the type of music that I listen to is not what you would call the mainstream or something that's super popular. There is obviously a fan base to it.
It's good.
And I do like listening to different kinds of music, but these days when it comes to popular radio music, it's just unbearable for me. What do you think, Raja? What's your opinion on this?
call me an old timer, but I think pop music today is quite different to pop music back in the 2000s, which I grew up with. And I'm just not a big fan of it, to be honest. Like,
What do you mean? What's
Okay,
wrong
well-
with Fiend? Fiend. Same word 500 times. What's wrong with that?
is
Bro?
is
It's good.
considered pop though? That's my question.
It's more like a rap.
It's more like hip hop rap, but it is also Travis Scott who's really popular. So I would assume that you could put it in there, but not, more rap, I would say.
What's counted as electro then, or trap?
Trap would be more like Migos or guys like Chief Keef. Chief Keef is more drill as well, but you know, that scene where you have artists.
Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap is also a trap artist. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go. There's my answer. So I'm more into pop music from the 2000s than the current one right now. Like, if you noticed as well, the last few months, country music and female artists have been on the rise. They've been claiming the top 10 billboards.
Yeah. Now, before I get to that, I actually want to find out a little bit about your music taste, each of you. So I'll start with you, Sanjeev. What kind of music do you usually listen to?
My favorite would be R&B, bro. I have always been listening to R&B. R&B is my jam. I grew up.
Bullshit. You don't know what R&B means, bro. What does it mean?
Fuck you, I know what R&B means. R&B means rhythm and blues, you flipping twit.
All right.
Fuck you know, man. Don't be calling out me like that, you flipping twit. Anyways, I've always been listening to R&B. R&B is like my jam. I remember the first song that came up on MTV is that when I discovered MTV, basically, I was just like going through the channels on TV. And I saw MTV, I was like, oh, what's going on? And then there was a song playing Yay 3X by Chris Brown. And he was just like, yeah. And he was just like doing the dance and flips. I was like, this is good. I like this. And I had that MP3 player. I just put that in there. I was like, ever since that, I've been listening to Chris Brown. But then I figured out, he's been doing all that other stuff. But you know what I mean? I just like the music. I don't condone to what he does. It's just the music. That's it.
Wait, you like Chris Brown, the women beater?
We don't condone. We don't
Condone to that. Like I said, it's just, I just like the music. Whatever comes out of his mouth, I like that. But whatever comes out of his fist, I don't like that. So, well, my other favorites would be like The Weeknd. Obviously, I'm going to the Weeknd concert. I like a bit of Usher. There's also like other artists, like any R&B, because Sean Kingston, I grew up listening to that
Sean
guy.
Kingston.
Yeah, T-Pain. Oh, he was like the Mr. Auto-Tune. He got so much backlash when he started off. And then look at the music right now. Everybody's like, oh, bro, it's just like friggin' auto-tune everywhere. Like you talk with auto-tune, you puff in auto-tune. Like people are putting random. Have you seen that video where the guy goes, the mute rapper?
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Roger?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, there's a video.
Yeah.
There's a video of a guy. He's doing like. He's the first mute rapper ever from Africa, I believe.
From Africa, from an African country.
Bro, that man's literally like, that's all he does.
Oh, yeah.
But he's not even singing any
I've
lyrics.
seen that, yeah.
You imagine a whole song, but it's just the music, like the instrumental, and then he's just signing the whole
Yeah, he's just signing, and the subtitles like fucking. Oh my god.
subtitles.
Even mumbling artists as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, just fucking speak already.
Yeah, damn. Technology had a big effect on music, which is why we can see that auto-tune's been like a huge thing. Back in the day, auto-tune was something that was used artistically. Guys like T-Pain, guys like Lil Wayne, they did use it, but then they used it to enhance their talents. T-Pain can sing. T-Pain can fucking sing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they use that to enhance this. But nowadays, it's like they just fucking use it willy-nilly. No fucking, no fucking idea of what the consequences are or whatever the case is.
If you listen to T-Pain's actual real voice, it's actually closer to his auto-tune.
Yeah.
More than any other singers that are
Very
doing it.
soulful. Very soulful.
But what about you guys? What are your favorite artists? Maybe
about
we'll
you,
start
Jack?
off with Jack.
Look at my clothes, look at my hair, look at my face with all the piercings and shit.
Damn,
Yes.
I actually thought he was gonna rap, bro. He was like, look at my face, look at my one.
I go, no.
I'm guessing metal emo music.
Not so much the metal, that's a bit too harsh for me, but I'm definitely there for the punk rock scene. Like, got your Dance Gavin Dance is my favorite band ever, right?
The who, sorry?
No, Dance Gavin Dance, my favorite band. They're like punk rock, but like if you want to get into a subgenre, you call it swancore.
Oh, okay.
But then like Death Grips.
I love
as in-
Death Grips.
Death Grips is like
Death Grips is actually like one of the best. I think
so good.
underground wise, they're probably one of the best groups to have the whole thing on chokehold.
For sure.
Death Grip.
Death Grips.
Death Grips.
Check 'em out.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my ex. Oh, hang on.
No, hold up. Keep that to yourself. But no, like I also like a lot of like polyrhythms. So when you take in a techno or like electronic kind of style and you put in polyrhythms and it, like the more you add on, the weirder it starts to sound. It's just some really obscure whack shit, and most people I know don't like it, but I fucks with it so hard.
Is this drum and bass? Is this D&B?
No.
Oh, it's a little bit different from that.
It's
Way different.
Okay.
Like we're getting into like very specific subgenres.
Yeah.
And not that I can name them all, but like very weird stuff. Go check out go check out
Yeah.
What else is there? I don't know. I can't say that I have one genre specifically.
Yeah, of course.
Your modern stuff, your your country music, rap, R&B, that's not my scene.
Yeah.
But anything that just sounds fucked up,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Bro, are you one of those people who listen to like random? I don't want to say it, man. I'm gonna get cancelled if I say it.
I listened to a track that was 16 minutes of the title of the track is Piano Burning, and that's all it is. It's
Oh
just
my
a
God.
piano on fire.
Oh wow.
The artist name is Clipping. Go check them out. Recommend them too.
I think that genre is called psychopath music. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
That one's Secrets too.
So wait, you like to hear depressing songs, is it?
That's not what I'm going after. I'm not going out of my way to try and just make myself feel shit. But yeah, some of it's a little bit of like, might be a little bit depressing.
Or like a bit aggressive, like, oh, I need to let out some steam, so you listen to some music.
More kind of like, if we're talking about the punk rock sort of shit, a lot of that is probably more, I kind of feel down. I'm not sure what's wrong. Like,
It's also very anti-establishment.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also very...
I know we had Are You Okay Day on Wednesday, but are you okay, bro?
I am now. I've gone through that whole phase, but no, yeah, it like anti-establishment's a good way to put it. That, you know,
No, it's good. It's good to have, you know,
a variety of different tastes.
yeah.
You know what I've noticed is a lot of my friends who are Europeans, especially from England, not like Australians.
yeah.
They're from England or from Netherlands, and that scene in Europe, they're really heavily into drum and bass. Drum and bass is a huge thing over there. Boiler rooms and all that stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's a big scene. I mean, personally, that's not for me, but I do appreciate that that's a form of music that people enjoy. And that's where I am, you know, like I sort of see like, oh, I see where this person is coming from. And I do enjoy what they're listening to, but it's not like something I might put on when I'm, you know, lying on my bed or something like that.
For sure.
Yeah. What about yourself, Roger? What do you think? What's your kind of music?
Anything and everything that sounds good, mate. I started off with, I think, Usher as well, Eminem.
Damn, you sound depressed, bro. I started off with Usher. Did Usher do something dirty or something?
Just reminiscence, mate.
He's getting emotional.
Oh, damn, brothers.
I got some depressing music for you if you're interested.
This time it's gonna be something else burning, not just
Like-
piano.
Eminem, Usher, you got Kanye West. But before he started to be a bit bipolar, I started.
Jew hating Kanye.
Yeah. I sort of like that. Before he became that, his music slapped a lot. Like especially his collaborations with Jay-Z.
Oh yeah. Let's get real, man. Kanye's only good thing is his Yeezys. Nothing else is good about him.
Wow, the Kanye slander is crazy. That's crazy.
No, I do like Kanye music as well. It's really good. I like it.
So you would say that most of your
It's a mix.
it's a mix, but mostly hip hop or rap.
Rap, R&B, alternative, pop. But the thing is, I don't listen to metal as much. But if I do listen to it on like a movie, I do fuck with it if it does well. Like,
Yeah, if it matches the scene or something like that, right?
like I've heard Norwegian rock or like metal. I've heard of. I think you are the one who showed me this Saudi metal, maybe
Oh, okay, yeah.
Saudi rock or Saudi.
Yeah. That was my friend from Middle East. They listen to metal and they're crazy about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so I've heard that stuff as well. It's pretty good. Like sometimes here and there, I hear some good nuggets of rock and metal. Yeah, I do appreciate it, but it's not for me.
Remember Thor 3 where
yeah.
Ragnarok where the metal
Yeah,
songs
that
come
really.
up? That was so perfect.
Honestly, I'm not into metal, but that when they were playing all this music and it was matching with the scenes, I was like, "Oh, this is actually good. What is that?" I'm just trying to put my ears in, like, "Oh, damn."
Someone fucking locked in for the soundtrack there.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was looking for remember Ragnarok, right? Where they played I think Immortals or something.
Immigrant Song.
Immigrant Song, yeah.
Immigrant Song from Led Zeppelin.
So I didn't Shazam it or Spotify it, right? So I was like looking it up. I knew it was from Led Zeppelin, so I just typed it up. And then after listening to the Immigrant Song, the next song that came up was Kashmir. I was listening to it, I was like, damn, I fuck with this as well. Because
Bro, you in Kashmir, bro. Everywhere we go, this guy, Kashmir, bro. Fucking even Kashmir people don't play as much Kashmir as you do, man.
it was really good. It kind of gave me that Iron Man vibe. Like, the
Yeah.
Iron Man 1 songs. Yeah, the Black Sabbath Iron Man, that sort of vibe just
Yeah.
gave me. So I was listening to it and I was like, damn, this is good. Even Black Sabbath was like that one Iron Man song. I fucked
Oh,
with
Black
it.
Sabbath is amazing. I honestly think Black Sabbath is one of the best groups from back in the day because their sound is so unique for their time. Honestly, ahead of their time, ahead of the curve at that point. To be honest.
Even Metallica as well. Like I only liked Nothing Else Matters,
Yeah.
but every other song it's like it didn't hit as heavy as Nothing Else Matters.
Yeah.
Maybe because it probably took a pop approach to that.
They did sell out. They did sell out. That's what a lot of their fans, said. After a while, they started disliking them because of that.
Who do you fuck with, mate?
I fuck with a lot of different artists. I do like the underground scene, but I'm not as tapped into it in terms of the genres. Mostly, I'll listen to underground rap, hip hop, because my friends from Sydney and from other parts of Australia, they're really into that, and they send me those kind of songs, and I really love listening to new artists that come up. But I did go through a psychedelic phase. Pink Floyd, psychedelic music.
Dark
Let's
Side of the
just clear
Moon
that up.
slap.
Yeah. Oh, bro, that's one of the best pieces of music I think that has been created by humans. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie.
Not to condone bad behavior or anything, but like take something and then listen to the whole album start to finish. That's a fucking trip you will
Like,
never
honestly.
remember, but always cherish.
That's honestly one of my favorite songs from that is "We Don't Want No Education." That song, I was listening to it on repeat, and I was going through a lot of things were going through my head at that time. That's so that really is something. But you know what I've noticed recently? That band music is pretty much gone. It's non-existent.
It's just like single artists.
Do you see any big bands or
One Direction.
groups?
And we
Yeah, One
dance
Direction is
all
like what, 7 years old?
It's gone.
It's gone.
They've
One
been gone
Direction
for a
was
while.
I didn't even know bands existed until when they started non-existing. Then I was like, oh, there was a thing called being bands. Like, what the fuck? I was
It's-
always into like
You know
solo
that
artists.
in this decade, bands have only dominated the charts for 3 weeks. In this decade, back in the 90s, it was almost quadruple the number of that.
Everything was bands back then, right?
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, but yeah, like
The only band we have these days is like, we can go band for band. We talk that we can go.
like because like look at a lot of the major popular artists now
Yeah.
and the way that music is produced. Do you
Yeah.
even need a band? Because you can just if you know how to play multiple instruments, some people do, then you can just record all the instruments themselves, or you can just use sample music, or you can use digital versions of music to be able to do that. I got a good band though for you. If you're looking for a band, check out High Fade. They're
yeah.
like the 70s like dance scene, sort of where they're all jumping around on like the colored flashy tiles and whatnot with the big hairdos and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that, but they're making it in like the modern day.
Earth, wind, rain, and fire, but of today, huh?
It's a little bit different, but yeah, like it's
I did not just understand what you guys were talking about.
That's another band. That's another band. You haven't
Dang.
heard September? Come on now.
September?
Yeah.
What's September? We are in September, darling.
Yeah. You gotta listen to this song after. We'll
Fuck
talk
that.
about that.
I'm listening to The Weeknd on October. That's what it is.
Hell yeah. But also about the bands, Jack. You're right. Like when you have like a drummer, you have a pianist, you have a guitarist, and as a producer, you got to pay all of them. And there's this guy who comes in. He's like a producer or a DJ,
Yeah.
and they're gonna use preset samples of all the instruments, and they're gonna make you a beat. Who are you gonna go with? It's a very simple answer. It's very economical for these record labels, you know?
It's kind of unfortunate, but yeah, like if you're talking purely economics, I get it. But it's like, kind of feel like I lost something in that there's just one or two people and they're just fucking
Yeah.
around on a computer. It's like, well, no, I want some guy with drumsticks sweating his ass off, slapping the shit.
Yeah, that natural sound. Yeah.
I don't know about you, man. I don't want to see anyone sweating, bro.
If you can get your musicians sweating and having a good time, you know it's fucking good.
Yeah, there you go.
I know that they're in a lot of pain and they're breathing and huffing and puffing. That's what it is. Fuck, man.
But it's also because, our culture as well, it's changed a bit. It's become more individualistic. And thinking about individuals. Like, are you gonna work in a group of people and then you're gonna have to split the credit and split the money as well? You're making $10 a profit and you gotta split it 5 ways.
Fuck, man, I wouldn't want to split, like, if I'm making $1 million, I don't want to split 300 with this guy, mate.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and don't forget the company record label that you signed with. They're also going to take most of your profits. Because at the moment, it was 8% and now it's 12%. They're only getting 12% of whatever the revenue they're making. That's insane.
That's not a lot. Like when you factor in how many times that song is going to be played, how many times the CD is going to be sold, how many times it's going to be streamed and whatever. That, making much.
And you don't even own the music that you make.
Exactly.
It's with them. For example, Juice WRLD, bro.
Yeah.
Juice WRLD's music wasn't as popular, but as soon as he passed away, shout out to Juice WRLD. As soon as he passed away, bro, his music started popping off. And you know who was getting the profit? Not Juice WRLD and his mom. It was the record label company.
Wow.
That's why if you're smart, like to call back to Death Grips again, if you're smart, right, you're professional, you're dedicated, you just open your own record label.
Yeah, go independent. A lot of artists are doing that nowadays, and they're actually finding success, and they're keeping all of their money.
That's good. That's where it should be.
But hold on, like, I don't think we should criminalize record labels. Like, I know it's a hot take right now. Everyone's gonna fucking...
Yeah, fuck, cunt. What? Criminalize record label.
You are wrong.
Fuck your shit up.
No, let's let him finish.
Let me cook, mate. Let me cook.
Man, you're overcooked. That's what it is.
So, imagine you're an up-and-coming artist, okay? You have no facilities. What a record label is providing you is the grade A quality equipment. They're making sure that you have the right networks. You're connecting with the right songwriters, the mixers, the musicians, and all that shit. Apart from that, you're also getting a boost in monetizing, like getting your song out there and reaching as much audiences as possible. They're publishing it. They're making sure that your name's somehow going to be out there somehow. I know you guys are going to say industry plants and all that, but that's what's necessary for up-and-coming artists. If there's a hook that you can get people into, then that's what they're doing.
Then why don't you split it 50-50, bro? What's wrong with being 50-50? It's two sides of the coin. Without the product, there's no market.
But a record label won't accept 50-50. Never. Not in a million years.
Well,
Why not?
that's a big risk. That's
That's why people like Kantava comes in.
But like the thing is, sure, if that's where you want to start, right? That's a good launching point to work under a record label that's going to get you popular. Do you want to stay there though? That's the thing.
No.
Because they are going to steal from you for the rest of your career. As long as you're with them, they're going to...
Not for the rest of your career. That's why there's something called a contract, okay? So it's possibly like a 12-year contract or something. And again, they're taking a huge risk on you. It means that they're going to have to pay you royalties. They're going to have to give you all that shit. It's not as if you're paying for it. And plus, maybe, I'm just saying maybe, people like, let's assume Post Malone, okay? He's living in a mansion. Do you reckon he bought that mansion outright, or do you think the record label bought it for him? So he can live in it without having to, be liable for it.
Sure, but like, yeah, it's kind of like the argument about tax as well. It's like, I'm putting effort in, I'm working for something, and then someone else is taking the money that for something I did. Like, yes, they're helping you. Yes, a record label is doing a lot for you. Like, that's where, okay, go. Like, if you're serious about wanting to make music, that's what you want to do for your life. That's how you want to make your money. If you want to make more than just that 12%, or whatever you can negotiate with them, go figure out how to do it yourself. Go and produce your own music. Go and put it out there. Spend your time at this record label that you're contracted with. Spend the time learning what they do, learning their ins and outs, and learning why they're successful as well. Because, like, there's so much more than just making a song.
But Jack, listen, a lot of these record labels have been outed, have been exposed for having predatory business practices where they lock in these artists for like years for a certain amount of money there. And the way that this actually works is they're going to give you an advance, right? They're going to give you 100K, whatever, and they'll be like, it's up to you now, do whatever you want. You can record some music with this money, you can make a music video. They lock in this artist by giving them 100K, but they're actually indebted to the record company, right? So the 100K is actually a loan that they have to pay back by either performing well in their music, by showing some sort of returns, some sort of promise as well, obviously. But if that doesn't work out, that artist is fucked, and they won't be owning their albums. So a lot of these artists later down their in their careers, when they get famous and rich, that's when they're able to buy back their masters, which is the original copy of their song. Taylor Swift recently bought hers, right? Taylor Swift, now a billionaire, bought it. So imagine that with a small up and coming artist, they can really fuck you up. Obviously, they do a lot of there's a lot of good things that they do, and they do take risks on you, which I see from your side, but they have a long history of fucking people over.
Yeah, and don't forget the mansion and stuff you're talking about. That's part of the business to make them look attractive. They'll have all these hired out mansions, hired out cars, hired out girls, just to make sure that they look all nice. And because how else are you going to sell the music?
Yeah.
You need to have some Yaldems and boys and cars in
they're
there
gonna get these
to
rappers.
make it look good.
They're gonna get these rappers. They're gonna give them like 100K, and then they're gonna be like spend 20K on chains and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Essentially, then it's the stupidity of the singers because they have no financial.
Because it's
Stupidity, naivete.
not just even that.
I'll call that hand in hand, mate. I will not be when I'm given 100K. I'm not going to spend 20K on a fucking chain or spend all that 100K on a Lamborghini, mate.
All right, live in the burbs, you pleb.
I will. Whatever it takes to save that money so I can grow capital on it. That's essentially what I'll do. I'm not saying I'm a finance bro yet, but I'm just saying, like, these singers, all they do is want to live the life, buy the drugs so they can somehow fuel their creativity.
But the other thing is, these artists, they see this as a foot in their door just to promote themselves. Because it's not that easy. Maybe now, in this day and age, with TikTok and Instagram and
easier to go
Spotify, it's
independent
easier.
now than
Back in the
before.
day,
Yeah.
it was not that. You didn't have all this technology. You had to get your foot in the door through the business. And guess what? Many of the businesses, many of the record labels and all that stuff, they use the artists
They exploited them.
they use the artist as an upfront for all the Mexican drug cartels. So that's
Really?
another thing. Yeah. So let's say you're the drug cartel, right? You've got all this black money. How are you gonna make this into white money? What they used to do,
Are you confusing this for Bollywood, mate?
not Bollywood, mate. I don't know what you are. Bullshit. Don't talk about that shit. That shit is something else.
Bollywood, you remember Dawood?
Yeah, in Bollywood, this did happen. Like a big gangster, he wanted to clean his money. So what he would do is produce film, produce music, and that way he would clear up his money. So is that something that you're
Same
talking
thing as well in the LA business music industry. Same thing happens. They use that. They get an artist. They will say, okay, I've got 100K we're spending on the artist. We're like, we got 100K, and then they're just like recycling their money, and they will even hire out fans. They will hire out the venue and saying, oh, we sold all these drinks. That's where we got all the money from. They didn't do jack shit. They had that thing, but yeah, it says display, but they just cleared their money.
about?
That was like an upfront for the LA business.
When
music
was this
industry.
though? Was this back then? Where
This is still going on, I reckon. Like the fact that I've seen a video about it. It just said 2 months ago it was published.
Mate, how
still
could
happens.
how could you cook the books if people who buy drinks with now their phones and all that? How could you cook the books?
You can still do it. They will come up and they will even sell drugs and stuff in the festival itself, like in the venue. They'll sell all that stuff and just trying to
It's very common knowledge that music festivals,
drug
is like a
dealing.
drug-fueled haven, sort of.
Probably what most people are going to festivals for anyway.
Raves and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.